Hello all and welcome to another video. In this video, we are going to make a mini remote control Hummer EV. First, I have designed the Hummer in Fusion 360 using some of the reference images from the internet. 3D modeling done is a basic geometry and any finishing touches will be done later using hand tools. The first part I am going to make is the upper body, which is 3D printed in ABS. Support in the 3D printed part is removed and the whole body is finished using sandpaper and few other hand tools. In Hummer EV, the headlight runs across the front bumper. I will make this out of 1 mm thick acrylic sheet. Part is marked and cut using a hacksaw. Using sandpaper, it is shaped to fit into the body. Now we have to make the writings on the headlight. This is too small to paint it, so I am using toner transfer to achieve it. First, the image is scaled on the computer and printed on a magazine paper which is waxed for easy release of toner. After printing the pattern on the magazine paper using laser printer, it is cut and positioned on the edge of the acrylic sheet. Now I can use an iron box to transfer the toner. For the side indicator, I am applying some yellow glass paint. Both halves of the body are joined using 2 screws. I have forgotten to 3D print the supports along with the body, so I am printing them separately and gluing it to the body. There is a black line running across the headlight, so I am gluing a black paper to replicate that. Plastic body is translucent, so it will create a glowing vehicle body. To avoid that, I am painting the inner surface of the body. First, a white paint is applied as backing, then the body is masked and painted with matte black. Now the glowing body problem is solved. Acrylic headlight is glued with epoxy. I am putting a LED strip on the back of the headlight. While testing the LED, I messed up and connected it directly to a lithium polymer battery and burned half of the LED. Even though I am using a long strip of LED, only 2 LEDs are functional, one for each headlight. Back of the headlight is also painted like body. Now I can attach the brake light. I am drilling holes on the sides to take brake light wires. Before adding the brake light LED, I am going to make the Hummer EV logo on the tailgate. Logo should protrude a little bit, so I am etching it out of a thin sheet of metal. The toner is transferred and the unwanted exposed surface are covered with paint. Here I am using metal sheet from a Coke can. The etching is done using electro-etching process. Salt water is used as electrolyte and the positive contact is connected to the part to be etched and the negative to the metal plate. Here I am using a 12 volt supply. Within a few minutes the part is etched. My plan was to take the etched letters out by dissolving the yellow back paint in the solvent, but it went wrong. So I etched it again, this time using clear back paint so that I can glue the logo directly to the tailgate without removing the paint. Now I can add the brake lights LEDs. These are small SMD LEDs and red glass paint is used to finish them. I have added 3 LEDs. 2 on the tailgate and 1 above the back window. All the LEDs are connected in parallel. Power to the headlight is also taken and the wires are glued to the back of the body. Now I can paint the body. Main color of the body will be white and the rest of the part is spray painted in black. Here I am using a normal spray can. Ideally for small parts we have to use an airbrush. Now one more thing remaining in the top half of the body is 2 side mirrors. Both are 3D printed separately and glued to the body. As a mirror, I am polishing a stainless steel sheet and 2 small pieces are cut and glued to the mirror. Now the body is complete, I am going to make the wheels for the Hummer. Rims are 3D printed and finished using drill and Dremel. Tires are made from rubber gasket. First the rubber gasket is glued on a base and the internal diameter is increased by progressively drilling so that it will match with the rim. Once the diameters are correct, I have to make them the same width. I am adding supports on the side which will act as a guide while sanding. After gluing the rim to the tire, the outer diameter is corrected using sandpaper. In this project, I had to make most of the parts multiple times. These wheels are my second attempt. Threads for the wheels are cut using a jewelry saw. Rims are sanded and painted matte black. Now I am going to make the front axle. Top and bottom part of the axle are 3D printed. All the parts are painted before assembly. Moving parts of the axle are made using brass. I am using my mini CNC to make all the small brass parts. Holes are drilled, and to cut the brass part, I have attached a saw to the CNC bed. It took a long time, but the accuracy achieved was impressive. All the parts are cut and press fitted. Super glue is used to permanently fix them. Here I am making a basic Ackermann steering. 2 pins are for pivoting and the third pin is for the steering rod. In the front wheel, I have given a clearance of 0.1 mm so that it will rotate freely on the axle. After inserting the brass parts, bottom 3D printed part is also glued in place. For steering the car, I am using 1.7 gram servo. A slot is cut on the nylon controlling arm which will connect to the steering rod. Control arm is also made using brass. Brass rod is bent to shape and the link between the control arm and steering rod is soldered in place. End stoppers are glued in place, which are made from small brass tubes. The rear axle is made from a sewing needle. Needle is cut to length and small gear is press fitted. 2 brass tubes are used as bearing sleeves. Now the front and back axle are finished. I am gluing 2 LEDs as fog lights. 2 holes are drilled on the body so that the light can come through. Enamel coated copper wires are used for wiring the LED. And like before, they are glued to the part and painted black. Rear wheels are press fitted, front wheels are inserted and a stopper is glued at the end of the front axle. Since the body was 3D printed, there was a small warp, so it is heated again using the heating bed and bent back to place. Steering is checked and body surfaces interfering with the wheels are trimmed. Circuit is straightforward. I have provided the circuit diagram and link to the components used in the description. Main components are receiver to receive signal from the remote and a switch and plug module which will help me to charge the battery and switch on the car. And there is a small electronic speed controller for the motor and LEDs. I had many motor options in my mind and I used the biggest possible cordless motor I can fit into the body. A worm gear is attached to the end of the motor which will drive the rear axle. Pistol grip transmitter is ideal for RC car, but I only had a stick style transmitter compatible with this receiver. LEDs in the top body are also connected to the circuit. Here I am using 90 mAh battery which is actually small for this car. Since it's a pickup, space available inside is small, so a larger battery is not possible. Also in the worm gear drive, the gear ratio is 1:11. And this is actually less since the cordless motor can rotate at very high RPM. So the RC car will probably be uncontrollably fast. It's okay.
Go dummy, go beast on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them. I OD. Apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 degrees on them. 500 degrees. Go dummy, go beast on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them. I OD. Apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 degrees on them. 500 degrees. Countdown, levitate. Going up, elevate. Watch me demonstrate. On time, never late. I grind, celebrate. No pump, fake, hesitate. I've been scoring every day. Champagne Perrier. Since 9-3, been in the box, now I'm stepping up to home. Like straight out the sandlot, now I'm plotting on the globe. I work hard, I show love, that karma steady growing. Got this far, I go hard, let God take control. I was starving skinny, now my weight up, got no energy for haters. See you trying, see you later. I'm shooting for the stars, need no laser beam blowing like the greatest, but it's one who's always greater. Go dummy, go beast on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them. I OD. Apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 degrees on them. 500 degrees. Go dummy, go beast on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them. I OD. Apply pressure, put heat.
Thanks for watching the video. Please put your valuable thoughts and video suggestions in the comment section. And I will see you on the next video. Bye.
All me, no blame. On the wave, my own wave, can't stop my shine.